Hello, this is Liren, and this is my Explore activity where we look at parts of the brain using its MRI. So the first part I'm looking at is the brain stem. This is the axial view, and then the sagittal view, and the coronal view. So the brain stem is a vertical structure that connects the brain to the spinal cord. And here all motor and sensory communication happens, so to and from the brain. And all motor and sensory communication between the brain and the body is funneled through this brainstem. Next is the cerebellum. So this is a coronal view. The sagittal view, it looks like it's here. So we can tell that it kind of looks like it's at the back of the brain. So the cerebellum sits beneath the cerebrum. And unlike undulating and variable ridges and folds, the cerebellum, it has a lot of much more tighter folds, so it's at the back. Yeah. The next is the frontal lobe. It kind of looks like it's at the front of the brain, so we're looking at it here. So it's both the largest and forwardmost lobe of the brain. It's separated from the parietal lobe by the central sulcus, and from the temporal lobe by another groove called the Sylvian fissure. So this is like right behind you, where your forehead is, and behind your eyebrows, and it's very big. So next is the occipital lobe. This is the coronal view, then the sagittal view, and here is the axial view. So the occipital lobe is the smallest of the four lobes, and it's responsible for vision. It's less vulnerable to injury because it's at the back of the head, so if this is injured, you'll probably lose your eyesight. The parietal lobe, this is the axial view, and then the sagittal view, and here's the coronal view. So it lies at the top of the brain, between the frontal and the occipital lobes, and it's responsible for spatial and visual perception and interpreting things like language, vision, hearing, pain, movement, and memory. Next is the temporal lobe. So the temporal lobe, this is the coronal view, and then the sagittal view and the axial view. So it's like at either side, there's a left and right temporal lobes. They sit on the side of the brain. It contains most of the limbic system, including the amygdala and the hippocampus. The limbic system contains the brain's pleasure center, which regulates emotion and motivation, and it's a key part for long-term memory. And now the thalamus. This is the axial view, the sagittal view, and the coronal view. Yeah, so that's a thalamus, and it's a paired egg-shaped structure that sits atop the brainstem in the center of the brain. It plays a role in attention, memory, and alertness, and it serves as a major processing relay station for information going to the cortex from all the senses except smell. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.